Let's start with the next chapter of the fourth module. The title of the chapter is Media Access Control. You can just see this diagram. Data link layer is divided into two sub-layers. One is data link control and second sub-layer is multiple access resolution. Already as a first chapter we studied about data link control. And the lower sub-layer of the data link layer is multiple access resolution, which is also known as media access control. Media access control or multiple access resolution will support for the multipoint connection. To have the multipoint connection, you require multiple access protocols. You can refer this diagram for the different types of multiple access protocols. Mainly, we can divide the multiple access protocols into three categories: random access protocol, controlled access protocols, channelization protocols. Random access protocols is again subdivided into Aloha, CSMA, CSMA or CD, CSMA or CA. Controlled access protocol is divided into reservation, polling, and token passing. Channelization protocols are divided into FDMA, TDMA, and CDMA. In today's class, we'll study about Aloha, that is Random Access Protocol. Now we'll go for the Random Access Protocol. Random Access Protocol is also known as Contention Protocol. The meaning of random access is no station is superior to any other station. The meaning is no station can wait for the permission of other station to send a frame, or no station needs to give a permission to another station to send a frame. There is no master and slave rule. Hence the name random access. The random access is also known as contention system because there is a occurrences of collision or conflict in the system. Hence the name contention system. Again, earliest random access protocol was the Aloha protocol. Aloha protocol was designed for wireless radio LAN, but the protocol was also working on the shared medium. There is a problem with the shared medium. When multiple devices access the same medium simultaneously, then there is a occur of collision. In the Aloha, there are two types, pure Aloha and slotted Aloha. First, we'll see about the pure Aloha. To study the pure Aloha, just refer this diagram. We are having a frames from station 1 to station 4 and they are sending their frames accordingly. Now, you can see the frame 1.1 and frame 1.2. These are the frames belongs to station 1, hence the name frame 1 of the station 1, frame 2 of the station 1. Similarly, all other frames are named with respect to their stations. Now, in pure Aloha, any one station can send any frame at any time according to their requirement. Listen carefully. Any one station can send a frame at any time according to their requirement. In the diagram, you can see the patches. These patches represents collision where the frames are getting overlapped. That is, simultaneously multiple frames are sent by multiple devices which are appearing on the medium. Collision is taking place. Hence, the portion of the frame is lost. You can see the diagram. Station 1 has a frame 1.2. Station 2 has a frame 2.1. Station 3 has a part of the frame 3.1. Station 4 has a part of the frame 4.1. So all the frames are sent over the medium at the same time so that collision has occurred. In the same manner, frame 2 of the station 2 and frame 2 of the station 4 are with the collision. Hence, at the pure Aloha, we can say that any station can send any frame at any instant irrespective of their slots. This is the definition of pure aloha. Any station can send any frame at any instant irrespective of their slots. To overcome this disadvantage, or the improved version of the pure aloha is nothing but the slotted aloha. Pure aloha is irrespective of the slot, where in the slotted aloha we can have the slots. This diagram represents the implementation of the pure aloha. You can just see the flow chart. We'll begin with the start. After start we have k equal to 0. K stands for back of time. Always the back of time is set before transmitting the frame. Let us assume the back of time is 40. So initially we are setting the back of time to 0. This back of time will be go on incrementing up to the limit 40. When it reaches the limit 40, then it will stop the transmission. This is the procedure. So we started with the start, then initialized the back of time as a 0. After initializing the back of time as a 0, the next is we are sending the frame. Once the frame is sent, sender will wait until he receives the acknowledgement. If the acknowledgement is received by the sender within the limit of back of time, that is 40, then successful transmission. If not, then sender back of time gets incremented. 0 will become 1 now. Then k is tested over the k max. K is 1, where k max is, in this diagram they have considered it as 15. So we'll take the 15 itself. If the 1 is greater than 15, if yes, then there is no further transmission, abort the system or terminate. If no, again you need to choose the random number R and wait for that random time. Again start with the same procedure by thinking that the frame might be conflicted or collided. This is the procedure. Once again we'll have the explanation, starting with the start. Then before transmitting or before sending any of the frame, back of time is set to 0. Back of time or back of maximum is set in the diagram as 15. Then you can send a frame. Once you send a frame, sender will wait for the acknowledgement. Acknowledgement should be received within the k max. If it is received, then transmission is successful. If it is not received, again that 0 gets incremented to 1. Again if it is not received, 1 is incremented to 2, so on up to 15. Then k is compared with k max. The value of k should be less than k max. If it is so, then what it will do? It will choose a random number R and wait for the next back of time, and in the next back of time new frame is sent. If it is not, then terminate the system. So k stands for number of attempts, so maximum number of attempts is 15. TP stands for maximum propagation time. TFR stands for average transmission time for a frame. This is about the implementation. Now, the next thing we have is about vulnerable time. First, let us see what you mean by the vulnerable time. Vulnerable time is the time during which collision occurs. You can just consider the diagram. You can see the 3 frames, frame B, frame A and frame C. Frame A, we have the, let's consider the frame A. Starting time of the frame A is T, end time of the frame A is T plus TR, and before the time T we have is T minus T of FR. Now the vulnerable time can be calculated as end time minus starting time. End time is T plus T of FR and starting time is T minus T of FR. Difference between these two will get it as 2 times T of FR. Hence, the vulnerable time of pure Aloha is 2 times the frame transmission time. Then throughput of the pure Aloha is calculated as S equal to G into e to the power minus 2 into G. You can know the terms of S and G later. Now we have about the slotted Aloha. In the slotted Aloha, frames are sent according to slot. If frames are sent in the same slot by the different station, then there is occurrences of collision. You can observe the diagram. Station 1, no, there is no collision with the station 1, the second frame collided with first frame of the fourth station. Similarly, first frame of the second station collided with first frame of the third station. But in this case, instead of the loss of portion of the frame, entire length of the frame itself is lost. And here you can calculate the vulnerable time as frame A begins at the time t. Before the time t is t minus t of fr. End of the A is t plus t of fr. So end time minus starting time, you will get the vulnerable time is equal to t of fr. So vulnerable time of an slotted Aloha is half of the pure Aloha, where we can have the improved version when compared to that of pure Aloha. And throughput of the slotted Aloha is calculated as S equal to G into e to the power minus G. Now here there is an example how to solve the problems. In the formula you had the term T of FR. FR stands for frame time. Frame time, it is nothing but processing time, transmission time and propagation time. Then you have the term S. S is nothing but average number of successful transmission per frame time. Then you have the term G. G is nothing but average number of total frames transmitted per T of FR. Here you have the problem. A Aloha network transmits 200 bit frames on a shared medium of 200 kbps. So they have given the capacity of the channel as 200 kilobits per second and the transmission of the bits as 200 bit frame. So size of the frame is 200 bits. What is the throughput? They asked about the throughput. If it produces 1000 frames per second for both pure Aloha as well as slotted Aloha. For a throughput, you have the formula for pure Aloha as S equal to G into e raised to minus 2G, and for slotted Aloha you have the formula S equal to G into e raised to minus G. Now to get the value of G, we need to calculate the frame transmission time, that is T of FR. T of FR can be calculated as the bits in the frame, that is 200 bits divided by capacity of the channel 200 kbps. We'll get the transmission time of the frame as 1 millisecond. And we know that there are 1000 frames per second to be sent. Since the transmission time is 1 millisecond, among 1000 frames, 1 frame is sent for 1 millisecond. Hence the value of G is 1. So the value of G can be calculated as number of frames sent per frame transmission time. We got the frame transmission time as 1 millisecond and there are 1000 frames, hence the G value is 1. Let us assume instead of 1000 frames, if you have 500 frames, then the value of G will be for 1 milliseconds. You may get the G value as half. If the number of frames is 250, then G value would be 1 by 4. So in the pure Aloha, you got the answer as 0.135. So there are totally 1000 frames. 1000 frame into 0.135, which is equal to 135 frames. The meaning is among 1000 frames, only 135 frames are sent correctly without collision. This is the meaning. Similarly, in the slotted Aloha, you got the result as 368 frames, which means Among 1000 frames, only 368 frames are sent successfully without any collision. With this, we have completed the first protocol of random access protocol, that is Aloha.